Hey everyone, it's Laura here from makingcardsisfun.com, and it's time for another Saturday Stamp Day carding video. Today I'm going to be starting out with a piece of white Copic cardstock. This is just some Simon's Stamp Ultra Heavyweight cardstock, and I always use it for my Copic coloring. I'm going to stamp some images from the Snow Day stamp set from Lawn Fawn. I will be stamping 2 bunnies and also a little birdie from that set. And then I'll also be stamping a hedgehog from the Lawn Fawn stamp set called Hedgehogs. I'm going to stamp these images using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Now I'm going to be coloring these images using Copic markers. Going to color the bunny first. First I'm using my lightest color, this is E42, and I'm just going to color the entire bunny with that color. Then I'm going in with the medium color, and I'm just going to use that around the edges of my bunny image, just to give it some shadow. I'm going to blend that together using the lightest color again. Then I'm going in with the darkest color, E57. Just going around those edges again for the shadow look. Going in with my medium color again. And this time I'm going to flick my brush a little bit. So I'm just pulling that color from the edges more towards the center of the image. Everything together using the lightest color again. This is E42. These little ears, and first I'm going to use E53. And then R11. Now I'm going to color that cute little birdie, and I'm going to use some pool colors for that. First I'm going to use BG02. This is the new blue color, and I'm just going to color the entire image using that marker. BG07. And I'm just going around the edges. Then I'm blending everything together using the lightest tone again. Using the darkest color, BG09. And again I'm just going around the edges for that shadow look. And then I'm going to blend that together using the lightest color. For the hedgehog image, I'm going to use the same colors as I used for the bunny, so I'm not going to show this on camera. Okay, so I just finished coloring these images, and now I'm going to die cut them using the coordinating die cuts. This is just very easy and also fast. And I'm going to use some post-it tape to attach the die cuts to the paper so it won't fall off while I am using it. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp these 2 trees, and these are also from the Snow Day stamp set from Lawn Fawn. I'm going to stamp it using Green Hills ink from Hero Arts first, so I'm just going to ink up that stamp. And I'm going to do the rock and roll stamping technique. So now I'm using a darker color, this is Field Greens. And I'm going to roll my stamp in that ink. And then I'm just going to stamp it on some white Neenah cardstock. Edge that you can see an edge from the darkest color. So I'm going to stamp over that tree using the Green Hills ink again, and it will kind of smooth out that edge. So I'm carefully going to line that up. And now I'm going to use the coordinating die cuts to die cut these trees. And now I'm going to draw some white dots on the bunny using a white gel pen. And I'm just scribbling this on my finger first to get the ink working. And I'm going to draw just some white little dots, so it kind of looks like these fluffy spots. Okay, so over here I have a standard size A2 note card that I cut out of some Neenah Desert Storm cardstock. And I'm going to use this beautiful wood grain stamp from Hero Arts. Yeah, it's a designer wood grain stamp. And I'm going to ink this up using some Versamark ink. So now I'm going to use some clear embossing powder, and I'm using the clear embossing powder from WOW. So I'm just going to sprinkle it on there. And then I'm going to heat set that embossing powder using my heat tool. Now I'm going to stamp a banner from the Home Sweet Home stamp set from Lawn Fawn on some white Neenah cardstock. And I'm going to stamp that banner using some Versamark ink since I will be doing some more embossing. I'm going to sprinkle that banner using some gold metallic glitter embossing powder from WOW. And I'm always using a cupcake wrapper instead of a coffee filter to pick up the excess embossing powder. And now I'm going to use the coordinating die cuts to cut out the banner. Okay, so now it's time to assemble all of these pieces onto the card. I'm going to be using quite a lot of foam adhesive and also some regular adhesive. So first I'm going to adhere the banner, and I'm using some foam squares for that. So I'm going to adhere this one using some Tombow Mono multi-glue. You can also use just like a roller or glue dots. Going to adhere that one over here. Foam squares, or just one foam square. Then I'm going to adhere the bunny. Just going to adhere that using that same liquid glue. Oopsie boopsie. And then I'm going to put some foam adhesive over here. I'm going to adhere this cute little bird on the hedgehog. So, you know, it looks like the bird is standing on the cute hedgehog. There we go. And then I'm going to add a little drop of liquid adhesive or liquid glue on the bird's feet. As you know, my cards are never finished without a little bit of glitter or a little bit of sparkle. So I'm going to add a coat of Clear Wink of Stella glitter pen on the little bird. I'm going to adhere some Pretty Pink Posh sequins onto my card. I'm going to adhere the 6mm and 4mm mossy green sequins, and the 6mm and 4mm metallic silver metallic gold sequins. The brown sequins I used are from the Nature Mix pack, but you can also get these separately. I think it is the espresso color. I am not 100% sure, but I will link to these sequins in my video description below, so you can check it out. So that finishes up the card for this week's Sarah Stanley card video. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. All of the supplies I used and mentioned are linked in the video description below, and you can also visit my blog for more details. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next week. Bye!